John Bowden is our next speaker. He's a cat trapper of significant experience. He's been trapping cats for a long time. Somewhere around 600 or 700 cats he's caught and removed from the ecosystem environment. He's 800 cats. He's getting his numbers up. He's an extremely committed person to humane treatment of animals, particularly the cats and traps. We've used him in West Tasmanian Landcare to help us with our cat trapping program, and he's certainly improved the way we do it. Hopefully today you'll learn more about how John approaches the complex issue of cat management. Thank you, John.
I'd just like to start off telling you how I got into this. Yeah, I'm only a little fella. Yeah, how I got into this program. I worked for Parks and Wildlife Service as a discovery ranger, educational ranger, and I'm really passionate about penguins and birds, and I've been doing bird counts from East Devonport around to Port Sorell, and walking around. There's a big penguin and shearwater colony which you'll be seeing shortly out on there. I think there's about 10,000 shearwaters on Latin birds, as you might know them, on that colony, and probably 5,000 penguins breed out there. And I've seen the devastation that cats were causing. So about 8 years ago, Mike Gaffney got me to become the cat management officer of the Trove Council. Wasn't very well paid, but I caught a lot of cats. So we'll start off and having a look. This is all out on Port Sorell Point. When you're out on Port Sorell Point, you can look across and you can look in straight at the airport. It's on the end of the North Down Beach. So this, I got a contract through Crater Coast NRM, thanks very much, and so there was I had 12 days trapping. I trapped for about 12 days and I'm still catching cats, so I did another 4 or 5 days, and in that time I was able to take 18 cats off that colony. You can see it's a beautiful looking area. And so this is just one spot where there was, I think there was 10 mutton birds that had just been killed, and you can see they don't eat the body, they just eat the heads, and quite often they don't even eat anything. You'll see them just killed just because they can. That's
Can I ask a question, please? Are those adult birds?
Some of them are adult birds. A lot of them are chicks. This was taken in May, early May. I thought the birds would have migrated to chicks, but there were still chicks there. But some of them are chicks and some are adult birds. Penguins as well.
They're taken out of the burrow, or they would be outside the burrow when they're taken. Do you know?
Yeah, some of them are taken outside, but I'm sure they definitely go down the burrows and get. Of course, when they're young, they go down and eat the young ones. This is the type of trap I use chicken bait, cooked chicken, not too spicy. Just cook it right, no KFC. It's Nichols first grade chicken, of course, cooked in virgin oil. And so I place a little piece at the front and a piece right at the back, and it doesn't want to be on the sides because the cat can get its paw in around the sides. It wants to be placed in the centre at the back of the trap. And sometimes if there's a tree or something up, I might put some up in a tree, because the way the cats find the bait is by smell. I believe the cat smell is equivalent to a dog. They have really good smell, so that's the way they find the bait. This is, sorry about the dead cats, I hope it hasn't offended anyone, but you can see these are one lot of cats I caught in one morning. And all the cats out there are nearly all tabby and black. There's a lot of blacks. You get a big dominant male, and he's the one that size most of the cats. A lot of black cats. I weighed these 2 cats. One of them weighed 6.5 kilos. So they're big cats. So you can imagine how much food they are eating at a time. video. Might need some help. Yeah, yeah. Right, so yeah.
How many traps might you have out at any one time?
Depending, when I was trapping in Wild West at Tasmania Council, they've purchased I think 25, 30 traps, and I have around 30 traps. I had over 50 traps, but I normally have around 30 traps out when I'm doing it. Yeah, and I go around them every morning. When I was trapping out there were a lot of ravens around, so I needed to go around in the evening too. So it was quite time consuming because the ravens will get in the traps and they'll actually land on top of the traps and put the traps down so that way you can get there. So it's quite time consuming, and it's the best time to catch cats is through the winter. I trapped up around the Bowden waste management area where all our landfill site, and up there I had to trap up in the evening because there were a lot of wasps there, and so the wasps would eat all the bait. On that landfill site, I've caught 263 cats. Yeah, so I go there every year for about 2 weeks. I've just finished trapping for Parks and Wildlife around Lily Cove where the penguin platform is there, and on that site there was someone from the public was complaining about a black cat was hanging around there, so I went out there and I caught 9 black cats. Yeah, so 9 black cats and one tabby. That was the first time I went there. I went back again just recently and I caught another 7. This is my son talking here. Daniel, he works for Parks and Wildlife Service, and this is where I was trapping. Yeah, so we can just run this through.
It's April 2018. We're in the Pardo North Down Conservation Area with 27 cat traps trying to catch some feral cats. Having big problems here with cats killing mutton birds in the mutton bird rookery. Next trap, from a distance, I think we've got something. You can see something in there moving. I'm looking into the sun, unfortunately. Yeah, we've got one. A big one. Big cat. I may not be able to see with the sun. Jet black. These animals probably don't know how many generations old. They can't be retamed, they can't be released. There's only one thing that can be done with them, unfortunately. And it's not their fault. They've done nothing wrong. This is what feral cats do. They come up to these shearwater rookeries, just take the heads off. 1, 2, no head, no head, just leave the rest. Just pick these up in a small little area. Just up here. There's another one. Another one. Possibly left with another one in there. Another one. There's another one down in there. There's another one here. Another one here. How many is that? Another 5. just as I've been going.
Pardon? No, we
But
just got...
thankfully, there's another one there. Looks pretty fresh though.
Well, that'll just run for a few more minutes. We haven't got that much time. That gives you an idea of what the damage these feral cats do. But it's not only feral cats. I was tracking down at Sisters Beach, and I caught four cats that have been obviously domesticated. I took them into the RSPCA, and they asked one lady why she let a cat out. It was found a kilometre from my house, and she said, well, I've got these bandicoots and they're digging holes in the lawn. And another lady, they asked her why she had a cat out, and she said, well, I've got a barbecue and the rat has gnawed a hole through the top of the barbecue cover. And they said that and it's a really good hunter, it's killing all the rats, but they said, wouldn't it kill the cats? Wouldn't it kill the birds and bandicoots? He said, no, it's got a bell on its collar, how could it do that? And so it's really important that people realise that domestic cats cause huge amount of problems. I see bandicoots, eastern barred bandicoots, which are a threatened species. I often see them with their heads eaten off. The first, as you saw from that video, the first thing a cat will do is eat the head, so you can always see where the cats have been preying on our native wildlife. Okay then, it's really important that these cats, if you have cats that are all desexed and microchipped, and and you keep them indoors at all times. I was walking through Portswell Reserve only 2 days ago, and I came across a ringtail possum, and it was only a young one. Head was missing, and then I found some birds that have been eaten as well. They just leave the wings, they chew on that, and on the bird, and probably just leave the wings. So it's incredible how much damage these cats do. I was also trucking down at Coal Valley around Richmond, and down in that area I only tracked for 6 days, and I caught 22 cats, and it was the biggest one I've ever caught. I caught about a 9-kilo cat down there. So you imagine an animal that big, how much wildlife they take out to sustain itself. It's amazing. But if you miss a cat, you're only going to miss one female, and they'll have probably 4 or 5 kittens, and then they'll do that probably 2 times or 3 times. There's a lot of food around. They'll do it 3 times in one season. So it's an ongoing. What I'd really like to see, which is Peter has been very proactive and bought 25, 30 traps for the Landcare group, and we're getting the locals to trap in that area. I've lent traps out. I've got half a dozen traps out now to farmers and people close by. And if they get a cat, they give me a ring, and I will go and dispose of that cat. People might think it's pretty cruel shooting the cat, but I can assure you it's far more humane than actually taken to the vet. I walk up to the trap, and if it's a domestic cat, I can tell straight away, putty, and he'll start to meow probably, and he's let me out. But if it's a domestic cat, if it's a wild cat, all I get is a big hiss, and then I shoot it and dispose of it on the spot. If you take it to the vet, it has to be carried out, and they pee on it too, which is really bad. It certainly stinks, and and so it's far more humane to shoot them on site. And a lot of the cats I've caught have gone to the University of Tasmania, and they've done research on them, checked them for stomach content. And many of the cats, I think about 90% of our cats have toxoplasmosis, which causes a huge amount of problems especially with lambs. Okay then, thanks very much.